The past year has been absolute garbage, and I think I speak for most of us when I say that. Seriously, humanity as a collective took a massive L this past year. The pandemic has canceled pretty much everything, including many major gaming events such as E3. Though now, as we slowly return to something that semi-resembles normal, E3 is coming back this year, albeit as a digital event. And Square Enix has announced they will in fact be present for E3 this year, with CEO Yosuke Matsuda saying, quote, "Outriders was previously delayed and is due out on April 1st, 2021, followed by NieR Replicant version 1.22 in April. Then there's Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is due out in June. As for our lineup beyond that, we'll make the announcements in the future, including at E3 in June, so please look forward to it." So far, the other confirmed companies include Capcom, Koch Media, Konami, Nintendo, Microsoft, Take-Two Interactive, Ubisoft, and Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Now with that being said, with Square Enix being present, is this going to be the Final Fantasy XVI update that we've been hoping for? Maybe. Creative Business Unit 3 producer Naoki Yoshida had previously confirmed back in 2020 that in 2021 we would be receiving brand new FF16 information. And of course, there really is no better time to talk about that than E3. Between Final Fantasy XVI and Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, Yoshida has described this year as the busiest year of his life. I can only imagine that a big part of that is going to be the promotion of both games. Final Fantasy XVI has been in development for about 4 years now, which implies it's not nearly as far away as you might think. I could genuinely see this game coming out in 2022. At the very latest, maybe 2023. And if the game really is that close, they'll want to begin promotion pretty soon. We might see something from Endwalker there, however, FanFest is also happening next month in May. I'm not sure if they'll hold anything back from FanFest in order to have something to show off for E3, but it's totally possible. In fact, at E3 2019, we did get a Shadowbringers trailer. Granted, Shadowbringers launched in July, and Endwalker is coming in the fall, so they might just hold off on that launch trailer. There's also the unannounced remake that Square Enix has Forever Entertainment developing. Currently, we don't know what game that Square Enix is remaking, but we do know that it's one of their Japanese IPs, and that this company has been hired to remake all the games in that series, with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade launching that month. I find it pretty doubtful we'll get any new information on Part 2. What I do, however, predict is that we might see something about a PC version. I hope. Speaking of brand new games that we might see, NieR creator Yoko Taro is said to be working on a brand new game, and it's also said to be really weird, pretty much on brand for him at this point. In a recent live stream, NieR producer Yosuke Saito and Yoko Taro talked about the announcement. While no images or specifics were shown, they have revealed that the game feels a bit indie and will be digital only, although it may get a special package, whatever that means. They claim that the game will feel somewhat nostalgic but also new, and that might not be the only game that he's working on. During the stream, they also mentioned that Square Enix is looking to hire developers for Business Division 4, specifically for NieR-related work. Currently, the company is seeking a scenario designer, art director, and assistant producer, with more jobs slated to be posted soon. There's really no telling what this new game could be. It could be something related to NieR, or it could be something else entirely. However, considering the overwhelming success of the NieR franchise right now, I feel fairly positive that Square Enix will want to follow up that success, which would entail not waiting too long in between games. So I definitely hope we'll see a third NieR game sometime in the near future. No pun intended. But with all of that said, Ultima, I want to hear from you. What do you think Square Enix could be showing off at E3 this year? Will it be Final Fantasy XVI? I certainly hope so. Shout out to patron Burlier Trout 3 and the rest of the Ultima community.